So listen, I want to explain. I never really explained, why I'm doing this documentary, right? The reason why I'm really doing this documentary is because the city of Atlanta has taken a position to do anything to beat me. Okay? Like when I tell you at first, you gotta understand something. The city, like any city you're in, they have their own attorneys. You know what I mean? And basically, they use their own attorneys. That's how they save money. What they did with my case, they hired an outside firm called Trotman Pepper and Lock. Listen, they're huge. They bring in over $1 billion. If I'm not mistaken, it's like $1.6 billion a year. This is how big this law firm is, okay? For me, little old me, they went, and City of Atlanta has at least 100 attorneys. They use their own attorneys so they don't have to pay outside attorneys. Why would they use outside firms for me? I got 2 cases. This one firm has both of my cases. Okay? So this is why I said, shit, my case got dismissed, but I'm appealing it, so I'm still hanging in there. Because they're masters at defending corrupt government entities. When I was first looking for a lawyer, it was so hard, okay? I was only finding lawyers that defend government entities, not the people. I was like, wait, but they committed the crime against me. I couldn't even find a lawyer that would touch my case, because I also learned these small firms are scared to go up against government entities. Dude, this is serious. This is why I have to become vocal about situations like this. Everybody in Atlanta going through this with Watershed. But guess what? You'll see it on the news. Like if you just go on the news right now and type in City of Atlanta, Watershed, high water bills, you're gonna see mad people. But nobody knows exactly what happened, how their bill got that high. I'm the only one to have ever caught them the way I did. And if my father didn't pass away, I wouldn't have caught him. The only reason why I caught him, because me and my father got the same name. So they made these mistakes because they got us confused. Dude, they straight up fabricated and altered this whole account just to get $25,000. This is what's going on in the city of Atlanta. You got these people, like everybody taxes and stuff is going up. The people who work in these buildings, they need extra money too. This is what I'm here to prove. So basically, what happened to me, I'm the only one to ever have documents where they basically said the documents that I retrieved, they told me they couldn't find them. They said they had new computer systems and they could only see how much my father owed. I acted like I was confused, but there was no way for me to find out. I went behind their back. I called some people, went to the commissioner's office, and this lady gave me this other number for the people who do their billing. These people sent me my whole father's file. This is when I knew. So they told me my father had this bill from 2008, right? So I was only requesting the billing from 2008 to see if my father really owed that much money from 2008. And he passed in 2016. So I'm like, you had all of these years when he was alive to get that money from him. Why are you coming after me? in 2022, 2023. And I'm the executor. They're supposed to go through the estate. Listen, this been fishy from the beginning, right? So, back to the reason why I'm making this documentary is because they hired one of the best law firms in the world, okay? They hired one of the best law firms in the world. And I could lose, even though I got the evidence. I hired my lawyer February 16, 2024. I still have not been able to show the judge my evidence. They are experts and masters at making sure your evidence never gets seen. So they know how to get your case dismissed on procedural and technicalities. Listen, I've never sued nobody. I'm learning this as I go, and I'm understanding how this thing works. And then they stretch you out. So therefore, you run out of money. You run out of money. Therefore, you can't pay your attorney no more. So you gotta quit, okay? This is why I came to the conclusion, I'm gonna make a documentary. I started hunting for people who do documentaries, and I got lucky. Found somebody from Atlanta that does documentaries, and they loved my story. So this is where now I said, hey, I might lose my case, but I'm not gonna lose my story, okay? I won't lose my story. I got the documents. So I'm taking it upon myself to show Atlanta. I'm gonna show the people of Atlanta exactly what happened to me. Then they can start asking the mayor, yo, what happened in the Ronald Petty case? Why did that happen to him? Did you see his documents? He had documents, 2 payoff requests. He had 2 different bills that they created. One started in 2022, the other one started in 2023. And then when you see my transcript for when my case got dismissed, this is why I got so lucky. Last time, the first time they tried to get my case dismissed, I didn't have a court reporter. Therefore, if you don't have a court reporter, everything that was said in court, you can't retrieve. This time, I told my lawyer, I said, listen, let's get a court reporter. We did that. My case got dismissed. So I listen, I take notes. So I seen things that they said in court that I'm like, okay, that's not true. For instance, they told the court, they said, Ronald Petty Jr., he basically changed, transferred my father's account out of my name, and out of my father's name into my name in 2022. But they presented documentation to my lawyer saying my account started in 2023. Then they also said a couple of years after he transferred the account into his name, he attempted to sell the property. No, it was actually the next year. So I got 2 payoff requests. I got 2 different bills. They don't want me to show the judge this. I'm going to show you this. I'm gonna be able to. This is why I'm doing the documentary. Just in case I lose, my story will be told, because I shouldn't lose. But like I said, they got my case dismissed. We filed a motion for reconsideration. It was denied, and I think it was really denied because the trial court judge simply is saying, because it's a government entity, she wants us to appeal it, because when you appeal a case, that's when it goes to the appellate court, and 3 judges gets to look at the case. They decide if it goes back into court. So I think our trial court wants that to happen, because if my case wouldn't have gotten dismissed, the defense, the city, would have filed all different type of motions and held me up in court longer. This is what they're doing in my other court case. So this is why, this is the time it's been taking, and this is what I've been going through. I'm going to be posting this. I'm going to be sharing this with the people from the city of Atlanta and wherever you are, because you could go through this with the city wherever you're at, wherever you are, and something similar can happen. So I just wanted to explain this briefly. I'm going to be putting up some documentation about this. I'm also going to be, I have my trailer done for my documentary. I'm going to say within the next 30 days. We're going to start shooting the trailer next week. So I'm going to keep you posted on that. I also linked up with the homie Drummer Boy, super producer. I'm doing, we're doing a website together. So I'm going to be doing a site for him. It's going to be crazy. For artists, you might be able to win a beat from him. And I'm also doing this to raise money. I'm going to be doing fundraisers. I'm going to be releasing my website. I'm going to need everybody to go buy some t-shirts because I'm paying for my just for the production of my documentary. So I'm doing that. I got lawyer fees. I got crazy stuff going on. So I'm about to get busy. You're going to start seeing a lot of stuff from me, and I'm asking for your support. Share my videos, all of that, okay? You know what it is. Health is wealth. Take care of yourself. I'm fighting diabetes and the goddamn government. All right? Bear with me. Stick with me. And keep your fingers crossed with me. One time. Peace.